Hi. I really hope this is recording. I'm never quite sure if the light means it's on or if it's ready for me to turn on. I'm not sure, but hello, 1 2 1 2. Hello. No, I mean I can't tell. I don't even know how I would know if it was on. Okay, I'm just gonna have to hope for the best. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us for tuning in. I mean, I think that's just for radio, but you get what I'm saying. This isn't radio, but at least I don't think it is. I don't really understand what it is. Anyway, I thought I'd sneak in here just before Jess comes up to start recording. She's just on her lunch break, but I needed to let you know that she might be in a bad mood because it seems that head office might have led her on a bit of a wild goose chase. She got an email from head office, which I don't think she's read yet, but when she does, I think she'll be pretty annoyed. So I just wanted to let you know that if she doesn't explain why she's annoyed, that's why she's annoyed, probably. They sent her an email explaining that... how do I word this? How did they say it? Oh god, I'm wasting time here. Okay. Oh my god, I think she's coming. Okay, got out normal. Just act normal. Hello, Jess. How are you doing today?
Andrew, I just saw you like half an hour ago. What are you talking about?
Ha ha ha! Yes, good point. So what do you think about current matters?
Current matters with what?
With the world and other things as well.
What are you talking about, Andrew?
Oh well, you know.
Why are you acting like this? It's really bizarre.
Acting like what?
Like
this is just me getting ready for an afternoon of podcasting, as you always say.
Well, that is what it's called, Andrew. It's called podcasting.
Yes.
That's why I say that.
Exactly.
I don't like this. What's going on?
How is your day going so far?
Okay.
When are you going to start the podcast?
Why are you being weird, Andrew? Why are you being weird? Have you started recording already or something?
No. Why do you think that?
Because, you have started recording,
no,
Andrew.
Why? No. Did I?
You were using your microphone voice. That's how
I don't have a microphone voice.
Andrew, the first thing you said to me when I walked in was, "Hello, Jess. How are you doing today?"
No.
Exactly in that voice.
No, I didn't sound... That's just how I usually speak.
No, Andrew, say, "Hello, Jess. How are you doing today?" Like that, just as you usually would.
Okay, hello, Jess. How are you doing today?
Yeah, see? I'm singing it like a song.
Did I do it again? I didn't even hear the difference.
You do
That's just how I normally sound to myself.
No, you do it whenever you're given a microphone.
Do I?
Yeah, at any work meeting or event or recording or whatever, if there's a microphone, you do a voice.
I don't always do it on the podcast, though. No, do I normally just...
Well, maybe not always, but you definitely have a microphone voice.
Oh.
You do, you know, like sometimes when people see a mirror and then they suddenly pull a certain face in the mirror to admire themselves, like they don't normally pull that face, but because they're looking at themselves in a mirror, you know, like the microphone is your mirror.
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, some people do that and it's quite strange.
They pull a face?
Well, they just look at themselves differently when looking in a mirror, like they're trying to look cool in front of themselves or whatever, like, I don't know.
Oh, right.
You've never seen anyone do that?
Don't think so.
Well, maybe if you don't notice it, then you're the one doing it.
Oh, well, I don't think that's true.
Should we test it?
Do you have a mirror?
There's one in this book over here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, get that one.
Peekaboo mirror book to learn about reflections.
Okay, so do I just look in it or what?
Okay.
Just look. In the mirror.
I suppose so. Just look at yourself in the mirror the way that you normally would look at yourself in the mirror.
Okay. Like this.
Okay, just no expression.
Is that bad?
I don't think I've ever seen anyone look in the mirror with literally no expression before.
Or why do you spend so much time watching people look at themselves in the mirror, Jess?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Okay. Fine.
Anyway, Andrew,
Yeah.
I'm pretty livid at the moment.
Oh! Why could that
Because,
be?
you know, I was a mystery shopper last month.
Yes.
And I went all the way to the shop, which you said the name of, but we weren't supposed to say the name.
Yeah.
Well, someone from head office listened to that episode of the podcast last month.
Episode 31.
Yeah, episode 31. And it turns out it was an April Fool's joke.
Wait. What?
Yeah, an April Fool's joke on me.
No way.
Can you stop that, please? I'm already annoyed enough as it is.
Stop what?
That! Pretending to be surprised when you obviously already knew.
No. How would I?
Because you have access to my emails and you left that email read.
Oh.
I'm not even bothered. I'm not even bothered.
That.
Even though you could have made an effort to mark the email as unread. A, so that I didn't know that you'd read it. And B, so that I actually knew that I had an email I needed to read from head office. That would have been helpful.
Yeah.
But I'm more irritated by the fact that head office made me think that I was doing good by being a mystery shopper. And I travelled all the way to Flemworth. Sorry, I'm going to say the name of the store. Flemworth. To do it. And now it turns out that they just wanted to make me look silly, really.
Well, I don't think they really wanted to make you
Yes, they did, Andrew.
Just...
Yes, they did. As if it wasn't traumatic enough having to be nice and helpful to ungrateful customers when I was a personal shopper, which, by the way, I also did to help head office. As if that wasn't enough, doing that. Then I got sent on a special mystery shopping mission, which apparently wasn't even a thing in the first place. And I look like a silly Billy now, and it's all their fault.
Well, they did apologise in the email, to be fair.
Well, it was a bit of a half-hearted apology. They just said, sorry if you didn't think it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry for doing something really... Not sorry... They didn't say, sorry for doing something really mean. It was, sorry if you thought what we did was really mean, you know?
Yeah, in other words, we don't think it was mean.
Yeah, exactly. In other words, we don't think it was mean, but if you did, then soz about that.
I see.
Basically what they're saying.
Yeah, I see.
Not a very genuine apology.
They probably thought you'd think it was funny. Maybe.
Yeah, well, they thought wrong.
And also, not to... Because I know that this is a trick they... This trick they played on you wasn't great. But I just...
What?
Maybe I shouldn't say...
Oh, no. What are you going to say, Andrew?
Well, I'm just saying that quite often you don't listen to what head office says and you just do your own thing. So...
Yeah?
So maybe they thought that you'd either not read the email because you quite often don't read your emails. I mean, Jess, you are well known for not reading your emails.
Am I, though, Andrew?
Yeah, so the head office probably thought that you wouldn't even read their email about being a mystery shopper. They probably thought, she won't even read this, so she won't think, it's real, and I'll actually go and be a mystery shopper at the Flemworth store, whichever store it was that we're not allowed to say.
Stop saying
Everyone knows that you don't read your emails. Anyway, Jess, I mean, even the listeners know that you don't read your emails, don't you, everyone?
Andrew, don't put pressure on them. You don't have to answer that question, everyone. You don't have to be a part of this.
I just thought, Jess, they can't answer anyway.
No, I know they can't. They're not here.
I was thinking that we were talking to them through a phone for a moment, but it's a microphone, isn't it? This.
That is a microphone, Andrew, yes.
It's a kind of phone, though. A microphone.
I mean... I suppose so, yes.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about head office tricking me.
Oh, yeah, that they probably thought you'd either not read the email or that you'd read it and obviously think it was a joke.
Well, I didn't do either of those things.
Where did you get the form to fill in for when you were being a mystery shopper?
Head office had attached it to the email they sent me when they asked me to be a mystery shopper.
Oh, right.
I wasn't going to do it at first, but when I was looking at the things I needed to make notes on for the mystery shopper form, and when I saw it said things like, I needed to look out for a nest of crows, a member of staff who spoke in riddles, I was like, well, I have to see what this is all about. You know, I'd hate to miss an opportunity.
Yeah, and when you read that you needed to look out for things like a member of staff who spoke in riddles, did it ever occur to you that it might all have been an elaborate prank?
Well, no, obviously not, because I went there and I filled in the form, Andrew. We don't need to keep going on about me being silly Billy.
Okay, well, did you reply to head office's email?
No, I'm going to start this episode, then I'll respond to them vocally via the episode.
Jess, I mean, do you have to do that?
What?
Really? Can't you just think about what you would write?
No.
And then email it to them when you've really thought about what you want to say and how you want to say it? I know what I want to say. Because when you say it out loud...
I think I need to do it this way. Because, you know, it's the performing artist in me, Andrew.
You're not going to sing, are you? Jess?
Sorry, I was just... do you know what? I was just thinking that I wasn't going to sing, but that is a good idea.
Please don't sing.
What's wrong with singing?
Well, I just don't think head office will take it very seriously if you sing.
Well, I don't take head office very seriously.
Jess, please don't sing.
Oh, well, all
I
right.
just think that...
Yeah, well, luckily for you, I hadn't prepared a song for the occasion anyway.
Oh, thank
so
God.
You're welcome.
All right, well, are you going to start the episode?
Oh, yeah, right, here we go. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 32 of the Discount Bookshop podcast. My name, as always, is Jess and I'll be your host as we hear all about the Discount Bookshop and the people behind the magic.
Jess.
Everyone from me, a mere supervisor of the West Montuan branch of the Discount Bookshop, right up to the mighty head office,
Jess.
where all of the important people make decisions for everyone lower down than them.
Jess.
Looking down on the people lower down, making them feel lesser, making them feel stupid.
Jess, stop. Stop.
What? Did I say something wrong?
Come on.
Well, I'm sorry if you don't like what I just said. Sorry if you don't want to hear the truth.
Oh, God, Jess.
I have to get this off my chest because, as you'll be aware, listeners, in the last episode of the Discount Bookshop podcast, I shared my experience being a mystery shopper. I thought I'd do it to help out head office, who obviously needed someone to keep an eye on another store as they were receiving what they described as being too many complaints. As you know, I went along. I travelled there with the form that I have to fill in, apparently, that they sent me. And did I fill in that form? Andrew, did I fill in that form that head office gave me to fill in?
Yes, you did.
Yes. You saw evidence that I'd filled in that form, and after recording the episode, I then emailed it to the head office. What I didn't expect was to receive an email today from head office saying that there was a, quote, misunderstanding, an admin error, and that they'd experienced technical difficulties. And that is why I wasn't aware that this was all just a big April Fool's joke on me. So, in conclusion, everyone, I was never a mystery shopper, apparently. I was just a gullible fool who will never trust head office again.
Jess, you're not a gullible fool.
I'm going to put that on my CV, Andrew. I'm going to embrace it. I worked at the Discount Bookshop. Oh, really? What was your job title? Gullible fool.
Jess.
I got promoted from supervisor to gullible fool in 2024.
Stop saying that.
I'm in a huff.
Well,
I'm a gullible fool in a huff.
Sounds like a good name for a band.
The Gullible Fool in a Huff.
They play music that's ahead of its time.
What kind of music?
Well, I don't understand it because it's ahead of its time.
Yeah, I don't understand most music, to be quite honest.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm a bit bored of being annoyed now.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
So, did you do your homework?
Yes.
Okay, so listeners, Andrew and I decided that we would do some research into the history of the Discount Bookshop because we had an email from a listener asking about how the Discount Bookshop started out, who the founder was, etc. And we didn't know any of the answers, so set about finding out.
That rhymed.
That did rhyme.
Finding out.
Set about finding out.
That's funny.
I asked around via email, obviously. I don't want to actually talk to anyone. And I found out some pretty interesting things, actually.
Did you learn anything new?
I did. What did you do with your research?
Well, I looked a bit online, asked around a bit, and I actually found a book in the library about West Montuan. And our shop was in one of the photos, so that was pretty cool.
I always forget we have a library.
It's actually, Jess, it's actually amazing that you've spent so many years working in a bookshop, but you don't read and hardly know anything about books.
Well, yeah.
Extraordinary.
So. You don't read either, though, to be fair.
I read when I'm on holiday.
Oh, well, even I read sometimes when I'm on holiday.
You just never go on holiday.
Exactly, I never go on holiday. In fact, I think that the Discount Bookshop should pay for us all to go on a holiday so that we can read books. Listen, just hear me out.
Okay.
Then, when customers ask for recommendations for books, we won't just have to guess or say that we don't actually read. That's embarrassing.
Would you actually read if they did that though, like on the holiday?
I actually would, yeah. I would read.
Really?
Yeah, I can assure you, Andrew, that if they paid for me to go on a nice, chilled holiday with my own private pool near a sandy beach, I would read for sure.
How many books would you read in that time?
Oh, I thought we just had to read one.
Well, okay. Well, imagine the more books you're willing to read on the holiday, the more the company's willing to spend on your holiday.
So one book means 24 hours in a hotel sharing a pool with like 100 other people, and you can't get a sun lounger.
Yeah.
My problem is that I'm not a fast reader unless I'm really into the book, though.
Right.
So it's hard to say, really.
Oh, I can imagine.
I would say that I would read maybe 5 books if they paid for me to spend a week in a small boutique hotel in Spain with a rooftop pool, a nearby sandy beach, and a nice evening market.
That's very specific, Jess.
Yeah, well, I've been wanting a holiday for a while. So.
I had a feeling that was the case.
Or maybe I could be on like a rolling contract where it starts off with like 5 days in a boutique hotel, but if I feel like reading more books, they'll extend my holiday to match the number of books I'm reading, like as I go along day by day, you know?
That sounds like it will cost the company quite a lot of money, though. That's the only thing.
Well, Andrew, how can you put a price on experience, you know?
Well...
And I think that actually this would show people that the Discount Bookshop as a company cares so much about customer service that they're willing to spend money in order for employees to go above and beyond for customers.
So you're saying that after this trip, then you personally would go above and beyond for your customers?
Well, I mean, I'm not promising I would exactly.
Okay.
I'm just saying that hypothetically, if they offered this reading holiday paid for by the company, those staff members who went on the holiday would read a load of books, and then not only would be able to help customers more by giving book recommendations, but also the staff members who've been on that holiday will feel more relaxed and well rested, and are less likely to be annoyed by customers.
Sorry, Jess, I'm a bit lost here. So you're saying that if you went on one of these, as you put it, reading holidays, then you'd be nicer to customers because you'd be more relaxed?
Again, I'm not saying necessarily that I would be nicer to customers, but...
You're just saying that some people who go on the reading holidays might be.
Hypothetically speaking.
But not all of them?
Well, potentially none of them.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
And I might not like any of the books and might not recommend any of them to customers.
Yeah, and then sales for those books would go down and the company would lose money.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we need to rethink this idea.
Anyway, Andrew, we've been recording for ages and we haven't even talked about the history yet. This always happens.
Okay, how did we get to talking about the company offering reading holidays, Jess?
I don't know. Come on, we need to get on now.
Well, go on then, Jess.
Okay. Shall I say what I've learned and then you can share yours?
Okay, that's fine by me.
Okay, so let me just gather my papers. Okay. So... I was talking to someone in the company about the history of the Discount Bookshop, and it turned out that this person had a wealth of knowledge. Full disclosure, only 2 people responded to my email about the history of the Discount Bookshop. This person I'm about to talk about, and do you want to guess who the other one was, Andrew?
Alison Damson.
Alison Damson.
Classic Alison.
Anyway, it turns out that Alison just wanted to say hi and tell me that the Discount Bookshop, the musical, is coming along nicely.
Is it, though?
Well, it's been in the works for years now, and every time I ask her about it, she says that it's coming along nicely, so...
Did you ask her about it in the email? Or did she
I think she just wants to keep me updated.
Is it an update if you say the same thing every time?
Andrew, honestly, I don't know.
Right, okay. Did you hear that?
Oh, I think Melissa just called you from downstairs.
Oh, I better go see what she wants.
She might need you to do some balloons.
Just carry on. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Don't forget that all of the hippopotamus balloons and rhinoceros balloons have holes in, so don't sell those ones. Okay, well, he didn't answer, so hopefully he heard me. If only the words hippopotamus and rhinoceros weren't so long. I suppose I could have said hippo and rhino, but you know, where's the fun in that? Hopefully no one's bought either of those balloons because they've got holes in, but we haven't taken them off the stand yet because we forgot. Actually, if there are any employees of the Discount Bookshop listening, I would suggest that you check your hippopotamus balloons and rhinoceros balloons, because we had someone yesterday who wanted a safari-themed party, so bought 5 of each of the helium balloons and then went off shopping while we inflated them, and when they came back, we were just surrounded at the till by 10 half-deflated, sad-looking animal balloons. The customer was in a rush, of course, so we had to refund, but they hadn't taken their receipt. Anyway, it was a whole thing, so please just check your animals. Thank you. Anyway, I'll just carry on without Andrew while he's doing that. So I did have a response from someone who works in, as well as Alison Damson, telling me about the musical, the Discount Bookshop, the musical, that is. I did also have a response from someone who works in customer services who had a lot to say about the history of the Discount Bookshop. His name is Edwin Tumble. The first thing I learnt from Edwin was that the Discount Bookshop was originally called the Discount Sweet Shop, where they sold sweets, obviously. Pretty ironic, because we hate it now when people come in with sweets, because they get sticky fingers all over the books and then they leave sweet wrappers. And yeah, but apparently the Discount Sweet Shop was a shop which sold sweets, they were past their best by date but could still be eaten, which is why they could be discounted. Edwin also told me that the original owners of the sweet shop, Mary and Charles Sweet, would sell sweets that their children got whilst out trick-or-treating on Halloween. Apparently this wasn't mean of Mary and Charles, and the children would still eat some of the candies. You know, they weren't being mean, but by taking them away. But the children would go to extra houses where they knew they could get a lot of sweets, which they could sell in their parents' store. So, you know, it was a family team effort to get these sweets. According to Edwin, this meant that you never knew which sweets were going to be for sale on any given day. It was only whatever sweets the kids could get and, you know, the parents could get. So part of what brought people into the Discount Sweet Shop day after day was to see what stock they had that day, because you never knew what sweets they were going to have, which is pretty cool. Edwin said that the couple, Mary and Charles Sweet, had 5 children called, hang on, I wrote this down. They were called Rosie, Josie, Freddie, Pippi, and Frankie Sweet. And they would bring back mountains of trick-or-treat sweets around Halloween. But as well as that, they would also, throughout the year, pick up sweets which people had dropped on the streets. And they would sell those as well. And Edwin didn't say a date, but obviously this is going back a bit in time. So yeah, what else did he say? Oh yeah. So then the Sweet family decided that they wanted a change. The kids were older now, and word had spread that they were only trick-or-treating at Halloween to sell sweets at their family sweet shop. They decided that as the children were all in school and had learnt to read, that they should grow up surrounded by books. So they asked for donations from people in the town of any books that they no longer wanted. It turned out that lots of people had books they didn't want, ones which were damaged or faulty, or people had already read, children had grown out of, that sort of thing. They started selling them instead of sweets in their shop, and found that it was even more popular than before. Not just local people, but people from neighbouring towns and villages were travelling to visit what had now become the Discount Bookshop. Like with the sweet shop, people would come in day after day to see what new books were available to buy, and they found that once people had read a book, they would often donate it back to the shop. The Sweet family had also noticed that with more and more books being published in the literature world, they were receiving donations of multiple copies of the same book, which had never happened before. Customers were thrilled, as it meant they could start buying a copy for themselves as well as picking up a copy for someone they knew. The Sweet family, according to Edwin, were very good at following trends in giving people what they wanted. They started asking for donations of specific books, freshly published literature, and presented a new section of the shop called Hot Off the Press, specifically for newly released books. This proved very popular with customers, so the Sweet family wondered if they should make the whole shop one that exclusively sells new releases at a discounted price. And for a while they even changed the name of their whole shop to Hot Off the Press, but it didn't quite go as planned. As the books in the shop became more and more of the same up-to-date literature, They found that they were losing customers. Those who couldn't afford the prices of these new books in store were turning away, even at their discounted price. People who once came in day after day to see what new books were on offer were disappointed to find out it was just more of the same. After asking only for donations of certain books, the community stopped donating their random selection of books which they no longer needed, and instead were just throwing them away. The Sweet family were devastated. They built this shop as a place for the community where people could meet, read new books, read new thoughts and ideas and new stories. But now, hot off the press, was only catering to those who could afford books and only wanted to read the newest releases. This wasn't what the Sweet family wanted at all, and they hosted a family meeting after closing one Saturday evening. Edwin said that the family planned for all of Sunday afternoon and evening before making an announcement on Monday morning. The announcement was in the form of a sign stuck to the front of the door of Hot Off the Press. It read, "We, the Sweet family, wish to apologise to our community in West Manchuan and neighbouring communities just as much. What began as a family-run shop for the community, I'm afraid to say, has now become a shop of money and greed. We saw opportunity for financial growth and took it without considering the impact socially. We, the Sweet family, will tomorrow be reintroducing the discount bookshop. No more will we be exclusively selling newly released literature, but rather a huge range of books to cater for every taste. In order for this to come to fruition, we invite everyone to visit our store from 9 this morning until 4 this afternoon, and take for free as many books as you wish. We only ask that in return, if people are able, they bring a donation of one book of your choosing. Thank you for your custom. Sincerely, the Sweet family." That day, the newly released books flew off the shelves and everyone got what they wanted completely for free. Donations came flooding in to restock the shelves with old books which would otherwise have been thrown away. Every donation brought in a different book, and by the following day, the discount bookshop sign had returned. The shop had been painted in every colour to represent all of the different people in the community and all of the donations of different books. The shelves were stuffed full of all kinds of books once again, catering for every single person in the community, and once again community was restored in the Sweets family store. The discount bookshop continued to offer all kinds to its community, and as the business grew larger, the company expanded to other branches to reach even more communities, adopting the slogan, "Find, Read, Believe, Achieve," which is still being used today. People from all over the... Oh, for God's sake, I'm trying to read this heartwarming story.
Jess.
Andrew, honestly...
You're not going to believe this, but Melissa had a customer who wanted, you know, those
Why are you so
rhino
loud?
and what's it called, balloons.
Hippo. Yeah.
Yeah, and I inflated them, and they both just deflated.
You don't say.
Yeah, so then I'm like, I'm really sorry. I'll quickly try and inflate another one. So I did it, and guess what?
It deflated.
Yeah, that deflated too. So must be something wrong with those balloons. Must remember to take them off the stand. And now I'm like, well, I'm really sorry, but... Sorry, do you want to, like, pick a different balloon? I say that to the customer because they're obviously all faulty. And they say that they specifically wanted the Rippo and the Hino.
The hippo and the rhino.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said the Rippo and the Hino.
Yeah, so anyway, so they took a dinosaur because I said, oh, you could call it a rhinosaur, and they took a unicorn as well because then I said they could call it a hippocorn.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, what have you been doing? How far did you get with the, what is it? The story of the history of the shop?
Well, before you burst in here, I was telling the origin story of the discount bookshop.
What did you get to?
I pretty much told them the whole thing. Did you know that it used to be a sweet shop?
Yeah, I knew that, yeah.
Oh. You don't sound that interested by it.
Well, I already knew that, though.
Oh.
It's not I'm not interested.
Well, and it was started by a family.
Yeah, knew that, yeah.
And they did a lot for their customers and community as well.
Out of breath.
They did a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, in that photo that I found in that book about West Manchuan, you can see that it's called the Discount Sweet Shop. I was going to say that because that's what it was originally called, but obviously you know that now.
That was all you were going to say, just that it used to be called the Discount Sweet Shop.
They used to be called the Discount Sweet Shop, yeah.
Right.
What?
Well, great. No, well, I'm glad that the spirit of the family lives on.
Oh, have you done Employee of the Month?
Not yet, no.
Can I read it?
Well, you're a bit out of breath and full of adrenaline. It seems
well,
like.
I just really had to think on my toes with those helium balloons just now. Got a fright every time one popped. I really had to think about what I was going to do.
Did they pop? I thought just.
Well, I mean, they were just deflating, but it's still pretty nerve-wracking,
Yep.
If I calm down, can I read it?
Why do you want to read it so badly?
Because I was downstairs for ages, so I feel like I need to contribute more now.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Okay,
here it is.
So Employee of the Month this month is Ali Kraus.
Yeah, alright, I'm done now. Thanks a lot.